Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome back to my page once again. Today I'll be speaking on a special topic that will be more interesting to the females or to the ladies. So today I'll be discussing a topic titled ovulation. Yes, ovulation, if you heard it right, ovulation. But first of all, let me just define what ovulation is. Ovulation actually is the process by which a mature egg is being released from the ovary down to the fallopian tube. That is what ovulation is. And if a woman releases an egg, it can stay in her system for at least 12 to 24 hours, pending when the egg will get fertilized by a sperm. Another thing you need to know is the male sperm could actually live in a female reproductive system for at least 3 to 5 days. So if an egg or matured egg is being released down to the fallopian tube, if there's a presence of sperm in that system, the egg can now become fertilized. And after the fertilization, the fertilized egg in the fallopian tube can now move to the uterus, where it will now get implanted, or what is called implantation. Importantly, for a woman or for a lady to become pregnant, there must be an ovulation. And so if you're trying to conceive, one major thing you need to know is when you're ovulating. So that is the best time to meet with your husband or with your partner that you're trying to conceive. So one major question that I'm very sure some of you will be asking is, so how do I know when I'm ovulating? If you know when you're ovulating, or if you know how to calculate your ovulation, that's very fine. But in case if you don't know, I'm about to tell you how to know when you are ovulating. So it's basically like knowing when is your ovulation day. And so I will be using a menstrual cycle that is 28 days calendar month. I understand that some ladies could have 30 days as their cycle, some could have 24 days as their cycle. But in the course of this vlog, I'll be using a lady that has 28 days as her cycle. So for you to be able to know or to calculate or to determine when your ovulation day is, you now calculate or you count 14 days to the first day that you see your first flow. That's going to be your ovulation day. Alternatively, for you to know your ovulation day, you can start counting from the first day you saw your blood to the 14th day. So the 14th day is actually your ovulation day. However, to get to your ovulation, there's what we call the fertile period, or the fertility stage in a woman. So there are days that build up to your ovulation period or ovulation day that determines your fertility period. Talking about ovulation now, there are days that are actually your fertile period. So I'm going to explain that. But using the 28 days cycle again. So for example, if you start your menses on the 1st of, let's say, September, and then you finish your cycle within 4 or 5 days, on the 8th day and the 9th day, which is your post menstruation, it is likely that a woman can become pregnant. There's a likelihood. However, from day 10 to day 14, like I said, 14th is actually your ovulation day. But then from day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, those days are called your fertile period. And there's a very high chances of becoming pregnant. But the day that you are almost certain to become pregnant is on the 14th, which is your ovulation day. But like I said, it must not be on the 14th that you can become pregnant. If you meet with your husband or your partner in day 10 to day 14, any of these days, there's a very good chances that a woman could actually become pregnant, right? But then 14th is your ovulation day, where the egg is released, and if there's a live sperm in the woman's system or in the woman reproductive system, she could actually become pregnant. And then day 15 to day 16 is often referred to as post-ovulation. Even day 14 to 16, there's also likelihood that a woman could become pregnant. But then if you're trying to conceive, the best period to meet with your partner is going to be the fertile period, which is day 10 to day 14. But the highest chances is going to be the day 14th, which is the ovulation day. Previously, or before now, I explained to you how to calculate your ovulation day, or to know when you'll be ovulating, the actual day. And I said to know that if your cycle is 28 days, all you need to do is to start counting from the first day you saw your first flow to the 14th day. So that 14th day is almost certain going to be your ovulation day. I believe you understand what I'm saying now. So I'm going to explain to you some of the signs and symptoms that you will know if you're ovulating. Okay, so why I'm emphasizing on you to meet with your partner in your fertile day, and I said day 10 to day 14 is actually your fertile day, and there's a very good chances that if you meet with your partner, you could become pregnant within these days. I understand some people be like, but you said on the 14th is going to be the ovulation. Yes, but remember I said again that a sperm could actually live in a woman's reproductive system for at least 3 to 5 days. So if, for example, there is a healthy sperm cell in a woman's reproductive system from day 10 and is still alive till the day 14 that the egg will be released, that sperm cell could actually fertilize the egg. This is because at times you count and you're thinking your ovulation day should be 14, but maybe your ovulation day will be on the 13th. So at times you may miss the actual ovulation day. So it's advisable that if you're trying to conceive, you could actually meet with your partner in day 10, then 11, 12, 13, and the 14th day. Those are the period that you could actually meet with your partner, and there's a very good likeliness or likelihood that you could actually conceive or become pregnant. That is why I'm emphasizing on the fertile day or the fertile period, if you see what I mean. So quickly, some of the signs and symptoms to, shall I say, notify you that you are ovulating or that you would be ovulating is you will notice a change in your vaginal secretion, or what we refer to as cervical mucus. So just before you ovulate or your ovulation, you will notice some clear secretion or clear cervical mucus, or you become wet, or you see some stretchy discharge, or you become, shall I say, sexually active, you wanting to meet with a man. Those periods are actually your ovulation period. At times some women could actually experience some light abdominal pain. And then another thing is you notice an increase in your basal body temperature, meaning if you could actually have a thermometer to be measuring your temperature, you notice that those periods your body temperature will be kind of raised a bit. So those are some of the signs to alert you that you're actually ovulating, or that period is actually your ovulation period. But again, if you're not too observant for you to be able to know when you're ovulating using some of those signs and symptoms I talked about, these are actually your body changes in your body system. If you're not observant to, should I say, take some of those things into considerations, there are kits that are called ovulation testing kit that you could actually maybe go to the pharmacy to buy some. I don't know where you are, but here in the UK, you could actually go to, let's say, Boots Pharmacy or Tesco or even Sainsbury's. Some of these pharmacies, you could actually go there and buy some of these test kits that you could actually test to see if you're ovulating. So what the test kit does, or should I say the mechanism of action of the test kit, is basically to measure a hormone that is called LH, right? So an increased concentration of that hormone in your system, in your urine, for example, shows that you're ovulating. So if you're trying to conceive, it is advisable for you to have some of those kits, so you can be testing yourself within the 10 and the 14 days I talked about. When you notice a high increase or a positive LH result from the test kit, then you know that you're ovulating, so you could actually meet with your partner in that period or in those days. So there's a very good chances that a woman could actually conceive in those periods. And in those periods, lastly, I'm not saying you should do this, but then there's what we call the safe period, or a period where if a lady meets with a man or a wife meets with her husband, there's a likelihood that she might not become pregnant. And some of those days are, let's say, from day 17 down to when you ovulate again. When you menstruate again. Those are actually kind of free days that you could actually have unprotected meeting with your partner, and you may not become pregnant because the egg that was released from your ovary through to your fallopian tube, if there is no live sperm in your system, that egg will now fall into your, let's say, uterus now, and because it's not fertilized, the egg becomes ruptured, and then it will now be released in your next menstruation cycle. So the blood you're seeing is actually as a result of the egg, or the unfertilized egg that got ruptured, and then it has to be discharged through the blood you're seeing. But if there's a live sperm in your system and can fertilize the egg, then you notice that the menstruation ceases. This is because the egg that was supposed to get ruptured and then be flushed out through menstruation is now fertilized, so you won't see menstruation throughout the 9 months and even some months after giving birth. So if you don't want to conceive, you have to know when you'll be ovulating, and then you avoid meeting on those fertile period. I hope this would answer some of your question, but then if you have more questions, or if there's anything you don't understand, you can just drop a comment in the comment section, or you can contact me. I will try to explain the best way I can. So to summarize whatsoever I said in this video, what I said is what ovulation is. Ovulation is a process where a mature egg is being released from one ovary down to the fallopian tube, and if there is the presence of a live sperm in the reproductive system, the egg can become fertilized. After fertilization, the fertilized egg will now move to the uterus and get implanted in the uterus that is actually prepared and waiting for the fertilized egg, and then the egg can now grow into the child. But if there is no sperm in the system, the egg can become ruptured, and then it now gets flushed out through the menstruation cycle. I told you how to calculate your ovulation day, and I said if you know when you saw your first flow, you can start counting from that day to day 14. Day 14 is actually supposed to be your ovulation day. However, from day 10 to day 14 is called your fertile period, where if a lady or a woman meets with her partner, she could actually become pregnant, because a sperm could actually live in a reproductive system for at least 3 to 5 days. Again, you could actually observe some of the signs and symptoms I talked about: your rest, body temperature, or noticing some of those discharge in your body, or your urgeness to meet with your partner. Those are actually signs of ovulation, ovulating. You could actually meet with your partner. However, if you're not observant, you could use some of the ovulation testing kits to actually monitor your ovulation days or your fertile days, so you could meet with your partner in those days. Thank you so much. Once again, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly subscribe and drop any comment. You can as well share this video for others to follow. So in our next video, I'm going to talk about, maybe talk about another topic: how to have a male child or a female child. It depends, the X chromosome, the Y chromosome. I'm not going to go deep into science. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, so that even if you're not science inclined, you understand what I'm talking about. So just keep it glued, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and drop any comment you have at the comment section. So another topic I'm actually thinking of discussing in my next video is still going to be, let's say, sperm count. You know, it's not all about meeting with a woman or trying to conceive. At times you will be releasing what we call semen, and then the sperm cells inside are dead, or there are no sperm cells inside the semen. So one thing is for a man to meet with a woman and have, should I say, potent or active sperm cells inside the semen. So the semen is just like the liquid or the lubricant that actually help to allow the sperm cell to swim in order to meet the matured egg that has been released. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about some of these things. But in the meantime, just subscribe to my pages, and yeah, stay tuned. If there's any question, just drop it in the comment section or send it through my DM. I'll try and answer, or maybe I'll discuss it in the next video. So thank you so much for listening, and please share this video. Thank you, and bye for now.